Sir, hold.
You see this? To get the fuck out of my face right now and leave.
Sir.
I'm in the middle of something. This is a 3-year case. If you don't leave right now, you're gonna fuck everything up. Just go. I'm gonna sit right down and you're gonna leave me the fuck alone. You got that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Probably the most powerful agency in the US is the FBI. The intensity of the FBI's work is unmatched. Agents often operate under immense pressure, tackling high-stakes investigations that involve things like terrorism and violent crime. So it's pretty disappointing to see police disrespect the integrity of the work by agents like this guy, who are performing on the ground, obviously undercover, and have a clear objective of what he needs to achieve or who he needs to catch. This clip that's going viral around the internet is a clear representation of the unwavering focus and rapid decision making one needs to have to qualify for the FBI. This clip shows body cam footage of a police officer interrogating what seems to be the most average looking human that could ever walk this earth, with an incredibly sassy flight attendant. I mean, this guy's wearing a gray shirt and default ass jeans. He's practically the epitome of the least suspicious person you could ever run into. I mean, he's got the most default undercover FBI agent fit I've ever seen in my life, so I don't know how it wasn't obvious to the officer and the flight attendant that this guy wasn't fucking around. Which makes me wonder how the fuck this guy even got into this situation in the first place. Obviously he had to do something that his investigation required him to do, which probably got him caught up. But what could he have possibly had to do to make this flight attendant want to see his identification so damn bad that she called security on him? My guess is that she called security when the guy wouldn't comply with her requests. But it obviously didn't take much, because when the officer arrived, the guy was still acting in a calm, fashionable manner. The guy wasn't escalating the situation at all, but when he politely disagreed to their requests, the lady started expelling her anger. But yeah, here, take a look at the video and let me know what your initial thoughts were in the comments below.
Do we have an issue here, guys?
He won't show me his identification.
Is there a problem, sir?
No, sir, there's no problem. I promise you, everything's fine. I need you both to go away, please.
No, you can't tell us to go away. I'm asking to see your ID, please.
I know the law. You do not have to see my ID once I'm seated. The two places you can check it are TSA and when I'm providing my boarding pass. I'm already seated. You can please leave.
Sir, I appreciate that you're staying calm, but we're going to need some compliance. We're going to have to elevate this and possibly take you off the plane. So go ahead and just show her ID. It's no big deal.
Getting off this.
It's nice that you know the law, but I think an officer of the law would know it better than you.
And
when I ask for your ID, I expect to see it.
And I appreciate your sentiment. You need to show this lady some respect, and I will remove you from this plane if need be. So don't go around making declarations you can't back up. Just go ahead and show her ID. You can move along, get this plane off the ground.
From this plane, I promise.
We won't if you show us your ID.
And you're definitely not going to threaten me, sir. Why is it?
Have it?
I physically cannot.
You don't have it on your person?
You don't need to see it right now.
Yes, I do. I'm trying to do my job.
The only place you needed to check it was TSA and when I provided my boarding pass.
Sir,
I'm already seated. Everything's fine.
You need to identify yourself when requested. This is an airport. We have a lot of international and domestic flights coming in and out of this.
I understand that.
This is a very important hub, so if you can't comply with the nice lady's request, then I'm going to have to step in, and I don't really want to do that. She's doing a fine job. If you can't show her ID, so do you have your ID, or do we... Did you show? So you showed it. So you showed it all those places you mentioned.
Yes.
So you have it, and you can just show it and end this right now.
I can't do that right now.
You can't, or you won't.
Why are you making this so difficult? We're just trying to do our jobs, and we can all move on if you just show your ID.
Please just comply with the lady.
I can't do that. I need you guys to please just leave.
We're not doing it. We're trying to do our jobs, sir. Please show your identification.
If you don't, we're going to have to escalate this to something else. Do you have any weapons on your person? Where's your luggage, sir?
I don't have luggage at this time.
You don't okay, so you're traveling by yourself and you won't show your ID and you're kind of standoffish. So you can understand why that would be suspicious and raising some red flags here.
I understand your point of view, but I really need you to just walk away.
I
I
need.
really need you to just show your ID, please, sir.
Yeah, she's been very sweet, but I understand she's getting frustrated. And honestly, you even requesting anything is kind of really, to be quite frank, pissing us off. We need you to comply. If you have lack of,
Position to tell us what to do, sir. You need to show your identification.
I am the law, and she is an extension of the law. This is her plane, and her and the captain.
Lieutenant is the extension of the law.
Yeah, this is
Airplane? Yes, absolutely. sir.
absolutely. She has jurisdiction.
Me.
Are you going to comply, or do we have to get the captain involved, or I can just remove you myself? I just need to see your ID. I know you've already showed it at several places throughout this scenario. Sir, hold on.
Do you see this? To get the fuck out of my face right now and leave.
Sir.
I'm in the middle of something. This is a 3-year case. If you don't leave right now, we're gonna fuck everything up. Just go. I'm gonna sit right down and you're gonna leave me the fuck alone. You got that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, my first reaction to this guy was he is an absolute badass. I mean, you can't lie, this guy was so humble and contained himself throughout the whole situation, only for him to be seen as the villain, when in reality, he was the guy who was probably protecting the plane better than they were. And I could understand this guy's frustration. It's just sad that this hard-headed police officer doesn't even know the law at the airport he works at. Which, if you guys don't know, flight attendants have zero authorization to make you show your ID after you've already boarded the plane. And you can see how the guy even expects a different outcome when he explains to the officer that he already showed his ID to the TSA and airline representatives. So there's no reason for him to show it again, but apparently the officer didn't listen to a single word he said. So there wasn't even a basis for the officer to make him show his ID either, because the guy wasn't even breaking the law. The only reason the guy showed his ID in the first place was because the officer threatened to detain him. So the fact that this situation escalated into a whole scene with no legitimate basis for it is absolutely just abhorrent. I mean, these people could have ruined the entire investigation this guy was working on. I mean, what if there was a terrorist or something on the plane that watched this entire situation go down? That this guy said he was hunting for 3 weeks? They could have ruined the entire operation. I mean, FBI agents don't just go undercover to investigate some silly Billy fucking coke addict or something. Like, this investigation was probably incredibly important. The FBI is a big step from any small criminal shit. I mean, the FBI's critical role is safeguarding national security. You can hear it in this guy's voice too, when his last option is to pull out his ID just to make these two finally fuck off. This just goes to show that virtually anyone can become a police officer so long as they pass the physical exams. Cause how are you about to be working at an airport and not know the basic laws to uphold the integrity of the Constitution? I mean, this officer was clearly choosing sides, because when the flight attendant informs him that the guy won't show her his ID, instead of gathering more information on just why this altercation occurred, or if she was even in the right in the first place, he immediately jumps to the conclusion that this guy is some sort of threat. The officer could have clearly de-escalated the situation at the very start by informing the flight attendant that he had already showed his ID to the TSA and when he provided the border pass. And if she had any suspicions, she could have checked in with the airline representatives who checked his pass. But overall, this just goes to show that everyone will judge a book by its cover. From an initial look at the guy, he looks like the most average person ever. And I could understand why someone might think he doesn't seem like the type of guy who would be an FBI agent, let alone one qualified to be an undercover FBI agent. But I personally know his build. I ran into many people with the same build as this guy, and they usually tend to be very, very smart people. One guy I'm friends with looks just like this guy, and to be honest, when I first met him, I thought he might be a square, but it turns out, I ended up finding out that this guy is an absolute monster at jiu-jitsu. I'll keep his identity a secret for now, but apparently he comes out in like top 3 and shit for like tournaments and shit for jiu-jitsu. But my point is that I don't question the legitimacy of this guy's identification. The video is practically going viral, so I'm pretty sure I would have seen a comment or video somewhere debunking this video. So I'm pretty sure this guy wasn't fucking around, and I hope that whatever he was investigating, that he achieved what he needed to despite these two hard-headed individuals who harassed him for his identification. But that's gonna end the video off here. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did. I'm a brand new channel who's dedicated to providing you with all the content you'll enjoy. So every view and subscription means a whole lot to me right now. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I'm working on the next video right now, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But with that being said, signing out.